What's up? So, Andor, I watched the first 3 episodes and honestly it does not feel like Star Wars to me. You know, I try to imagine a Star Wars character from the George Lucas films in these Disney products and I just cannot imagine it. Like in the first 2 episodes, I was trying to imagine Luke Skywalker just walking in the background in between these sets and characters, and it just doesn't feel like it's based in the same world as them George Lucas movies. But at the same time, it does have great character progression, great story progression, great pacing. It's just the fact that it feels more like Blade Runner than Star Wars, which it just shouldn't be. Star Wars has a certain theme and it just does not match that theme, and Disney has had a problem with this throughout their whole time owning Star Wars, and it is kind of frustrating. You know, I try to enjoy it, but every product now that Disney makes, I can't ever just enjoy it for what it is and be confident in it. I'm always skeptical until it's released, and then when I start watching the episodes or the movies that they drop, I'm just kind of watching out for moments that don't feel like Star Wars, and I'm just trying to dissect every scene to watch out for something that just doesn't feel like Star Wars and something that I can just pick apart, which is not normal for something that I like. Like, I like watching Marvel movies, Marvel series, and even though they're on a dry spell right now, they've still got plans for the future. They're still handling everything very well, and for Disney they just don't do that. So that's why I'm way more skeptical with Star Wars than I am with Marvel, even though they're both going through a dry spell. But Star Wars' problems are way bigger than Marvel problems, so we're not going to get into that right now. But for Andor is way better than Obi-Wan and Boba Fett. I mean, it's handled with so much more love and care, and you really see it, and the sets just look amazing. It really does look like they are in the world, which is just amazing to see. Like, I really love it. Seeing Coruscant again really brings a smile to my face, like every other huge Star Wars fan. I mean, it looks like this show has more budget than Boba and Obi-Wan together, which is insane to me considering Obi-Wan is one of the main characters of the whole story of Star Wars, and Boba Fett is such a fan favorite character that they give the highest budget to Andor. So it's obvious now that they care about their own created characters more than the ones that everyone loves. So they should just stop touching them characters and just carry on with whatever story they want to do with their own characters. First 3 episodes of Andor, you know, they were kind of boring, kind of dull. I like the darkness, but also it needs more of that Star Wars feel. But I don't feel like the show's actually started yet because we haven't really got into the main story. We're kind of just introducing characters and plot lines. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where the show's going to go. So yeah, how do I feel about episode 1 to 3 of Andor? Well, I can tell it's going somewhere and it's leading up to something. I can tell the story's about to get very complicated and good and interesting. But yeah, the first 3 episodes, we're just getting started. We're just introducing characters. Some characters I like, some characters I don't like the jealous boyfriend of that girl that we've been seeing in the first couple episodes. I think she's an engineer or something, you know. That guy is not really a Star Wars character. Like, who really cares about this love triangle drama? Like, it doesn't need to be in Star Wars whatsoever. These are the things I'm talking about when I say it doesn't really feel like Star Wars. But hopefully they let that go because he's dead now, spoiler alert, and hopefully we can just carry on with the story and the more interesting parts of the show. So yeah, can't wait to see episode 4 and I'll do a review on that when it comes out. Alright, so Andor episode 4, I've just watched it and I think it's way better than episode 1 to 3. You know, we've actually started off the story now instead of introducing characters and plot lines that we're going to see in the future. We get to see Coruscant again, which just looks amazing. The sets look amazing. The plot is actually really taking off now. You know, the actors are doing great and I'm really starting to like this show after the 4th episode. The first 3 were boring to me and didn't really feel like Star Wars, but I'm starting to see the Star Wars theme now kicking in. So I hope it stays that way and continues to show the Star Wars formula throughout the rest of the show, and hopefully it just gets a lot better. But I just want to say this Skarsgård actor, he's doing great. I mean, he's a great actor and he suits his role so well and his acting is amazing. I like his transition from being a rebel fighter to a shop owner in Coruscant, a very rich, wealthy shop owner that sells to the richest people in Coruscant. You know, it's interesting. And he puts on this front like he's a playboy, kind of like Bruce Wayne in Batman. He has like 2 different personalities, one's being put on, and I just think it's really interesting. So I can't wait to see where that character goes as well. But yeah, really episode 4, the show is really picking up. I can't wait to watch the whole thing so I can do a proper review on it. But honestly, this show, I'm starting to like it a bit more now. You know, I thought it was going to pick up from the ending of the 3rd episode because it seemed like that's when the show was actually going to start, and it's true, the show is only just getting started. They were just the introductory episodes. So yeah, you know, there was Easter eggs in this episode with the Starkiller Easter egg, with the Gungan shield, you know, the Jar Jar shield. It's awesome. It's awesome to see these callbacks, and it really shows that the director really wants to treat the fans and remind them of the things they love with Star Wars and visually show us the connections between this show and the George Lucas movies that we all love. Well, most of us love. Can't speak for everyone. So yeah, I think the director, for not being a Star Wars fan, is doing pretty well at the moment. You know, he did come out and say he's not really a huge Star Wars fan or anything, which is a problem with new Star Wars products and movies and series. But you know, if you're very respectful of the lore of Star Wars, then you could still make a good show, and I think it's going that way. So I appreciate his care and love for the fans, and yeah, can't wait to see what episode 5 is. So what do you think about the show? Put it down below. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna do a proper review when the whole series is finished, and yeah, I just want to hear what you guys got to say now. Put it down below what your opinions are. Do you agree or disagree with me? And I'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.